r/ask Reddit. What ducked up thing did you do as a kid? Pooped my pants when I was like 5. Didn't want to tell anyone, so I dropped it in the heater duct in my room. House got sold and we moved away not long after. Unrelated. I love when kids try to hide things they don't want anyone to find, and the ducking garbage can is not the most obvious place to put it. When I was 5 I had hair down to my ass. I was tired of my mom brushing it, so I cut it all off and peed on it in a bucket. I helped a Jewish kid steal a Christmas tree. He complained his family never had a Christmas tree. I feel like this could be the plot of a movie. My cousin and I were like 7ish or so and playing upstairs in a room by ourselves. My aunt left her sewing machine and they're ready to go. We were fascinated by how fast the needle moved up and down when we stepped on the foot pedal. Then we had the idea to see who could get their finger out of the way before the needle started moving. He went. Safe. I went. Safe. He went. Blood shot out and screaming commenced. My friends and I were out riding our bikes and saw a dead squirrel in the road. Kid logic said picking that carcass up with some sticks, carrying it to a random front step and doing a ding ding ditch was a good idea. About a week later we notice a for sale sign in that house. To this day I'm suspicious this poor family thought they were being targeted by some sociopath and noped the duck out of there. Threw 2 big bags of hamster bedding through my fan and acted like a news forecaster and acted like it was snowing, and parents woke up to my room being covered in over an inch of bedding. Needless to say I didn't own the hamster anymore. This one made me laugh hardcore. Then, wonder what happened to the hamster. My stepmom was abusive to me, so when she'd fall asleep I'd say mean things to her hoping she'd hear it in her dreams. More stupid than ducked up. This is cute and sad. My older brother pissed me off, so I pissed in a super soaker. Dominance. Looked at naked girls my own age because I thought that was what you were supposed to do. Sometimes I'll look back and think how much of my dad's life I could have ducked up by innocently doing this. I made my brother and his friends a jug of Kool-Aid with water from the toilet. One time I peed in my cousin's ear from the top bunk. The sniper. When I was in 2nd grade I said my teacher was stabbing kids with pencils. The others were brought in one at a time and questioned. This did not happen and I remember the teacher fondly and have no idea why I did it. I guess for the same reason most kids randomly do shit, to see what happens next. I had a notebook that I proceeded to fill with drawings. Each page was a scene like a comic book. It told the pictorial story of a woman getting pregnant and giving birth with graphic detail. Detail according to my 7-year-old understanding of how birth worked. I used to have a couple bullies in the 1st grade. One day they decided it would be a good idea to strap me to a bench and strip me. So you know what I did? I shit my pants right then and there. They never bothered me again. I took a dump in a plastic bag and hid it in my closet for reasons. Also used to stick my wang out between the curtains of my bedroom window after bedtime when I first started getting boners because the risk of being seen was thrilling. I lived on a busy street. Guess I was a born exhibitionist. I tried to poison my mom's boyfriend. I was probably around 11. I had one of those science kits from the Scholastic Book Fair. I took the citric acid and dumped the whole container into his drink. He sipped it and just said, "This tastes like shit," and dumped it out, LOL. This made me laugh. Imagine being so happy you're going to kill the person you hate, just to watch them pour out your hard work and planning. I don't know if it would be considered ducked up, but my brother and I made homemade darts drum push pins. The pins used to hold dress shirts at stores and would throw them at each other. They would stick in our skin and wiggle and we would laugh our asses off. My friend and I ripped and stole pages out of a neighbor's Cosmo that had pictures of boobs. I think it might have been for breast self-exams. We were 10-year-old girls at the time and got totally busted by my parents. That same friend and I got into a different neighbor's trash bags after Thanksgiving and decided to sample some of their leftovers. What the actual duck? Kids are so strange. When I was in 1st grade a girl wouldn't let me in her club. So the next morning our teacher took away her sunglasses because she was wearing them during class. During recess I snuck into the classroom and placed the sunglasses in the girl's desk. Then I told the teacher when we got back that I saw her take her sunglasses back during recess. My teacher believed me. The girl denied it. The teacher pushed down her desk and the sunglasses were there. She got in trouble for not only stealing but for lying about it. No one ever found out it was me all along. And that is just one story of why I am going to hell. My parents used to peel apples because kids can have trouble swallowing and chewing the skin. I was upset I wasn't allowed it, and when they weren't looking I took the skin out of the garbage and ate it. I kind of relate to the Queen song. I had a nanny with an enormous ass and I snuggled up to it regularly and she apparently saw nothing wrong with it. Who knows, maybe it was her idea. I was too young to really pay attention. Anyway, I like butts as an adult, go figure. My friend and I hid underneath the desk during a fire drill in 2nd grade. We both got an F for conduct that day. My mom was pissed. I was pretty young when this happened, maybe 13 years old. I was in a hot tub with my friends and I thought I had to fart. It was not to fart. Pooped in my bathing suit, so I casually grabbed it with my hand and while no one was looking I dropped it behind the hot tub. When I was 8, I stole my father's nickel collection and spent it on penny candy. I put countless rocks on the train tracks in hopes of derailing it. Filled a super soaker with rubbing alcohol and sprayed fire. So basically attempted mass murder. I would make animal tails out of paper, tape them to my butt, then pretend I was said animal and run around on all fours, making animal noises. I did not turn out to be a furry. However, once when pretending to be a ring-tailed lemur I pranced straight into a closed glass patio door. Maybe that smacked the furry out of me. I used to pretend I was a dinosaur or a horse, you pick the phase, and would run around with my hands bent on themselves, like claws hooves to my 6-year self, and make noises like said animals, pawing at the ground with my feet. I did this in public places, like bookstores and shopping centers. My brother-in-law recently said when he and my sister would take me on outings that people thought I was developmentally disabled. He didn't tell me what their response to those people was. I was 12 and tried searching everywhere for porn of children of my age because I didn't like looking at adults. Boy, was I stupid. I did this around the same age. Still surprised no one ever bashed our door down. I stole my dead maternal grandmother's $30,000 engagement ring and lost it on the playground when I was 6 years old while my parents were losing the house. I liked holding shiny things and I forgot about it. We were basically almost homeless because of what I did. Dark thoughts. In 7th grade my best friend asked me if I would go and ask the boy she liked if he liked her and if he would go out with her. I went over and asked him if he liked her. He said no. Then I asked if he liked me. He said yes. And then I asked him to be my boyfriend. He said yes. Then I went right back to my friend and told her that he didn't like her, but that he liked me and was now my boyfriend. I don't know why I did that. Cha-cha real smooth. My dad had bad OCD and made the family miserable because of it. As a teenager on Fridays after school I would rearrange the furniture in the house or his precious tools in his workshop garage and then disappear for the weekend. As an adult I realize he couldn't control it and he loved us deep down and I feel guilty about it. But at the time it was hilarious to me and my siblings and felt good. Once pissed on a kid through a chain link fence while my friends and I were chatting with him and his brother. In 7th grade, I lit a poster on fire that was hanging on the basement wall adjacent to my parents' indoor heating oil tank. Gave my little brother X-Lax and told him it was chocolate when we were under 10. I knew it would give him diarrhea, but I didn't know how badly. It was ducked up. Went to the cinema dressed as a ninja for attention. Friends and I would hang out on a side street with a 1-gallon gas can and a lighter. When we saw a car coming one of us would run across the street while pouring gas and the other friend would light the gas after he was clear. That's some gummo shit lol. When I was little I'd ask for a bowl of ice cream and wait for it to melt. Then dunk my big toe in it and suck it off my toe. When I was 11, my friend and I soaked a tennis ball in gasoline and lit it on fire and with gloves on tossed it around with my friend. Just cause. Ended up throwing it to him in an arc and he missed and it slid down his chest, leaving an on fire gasoline trail on his shirt. Had 1st-degree burns and we really got in trouble for that one. I put liquid soap on my siblings' toothbrushes for April Fools because I read about it as a prank somewhere. I took my holidays very seriously. Eat coins. I thought it would be a great practical joke to bury a corn holder. Small handle with 2 sharp prongs to hold corn on the cob, pointy side up in my yard and wait for someone to step on it. Of course. Being a kid after all, I lost interest after a time and forgot. Sometime later in the summer, while walking barefoot, yes, I stepped on it. Duck, that hurt. Learned a valuable lesson about practical jokes. I flipped off people while going for a walk with my parents when I was 5. I didn't realize that was a bad thing to do. When I was probably 10, I practiced my golf swing on 20-30 toads in my driveway. I am over 50 now and think about it often. Dropped a rope out of my 2nd story window, tied it to a plastic tricycle, asked my neighbor if he wanted to go for a ride, and lifted him up to the window with the help of my brother and sister. Then we dropped him and caught the rope before he hit the ground. It was stupid, but none of us had parents responsible enough to watch us or teach us anything. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.